Welcome shooters and collectors to another edition of Side by Side. Today we'll be taking a look at the Vektor SP1 series of pistols. If you watched my video on the Beretta 92 Compact versus a SP1 Sport, I'll be repeating a couple of things, but then there's a few other pistols that I wanted to show you that have some new and different features on them. So let's begin by taking a look at the SP1. This is the regular combat pistol. This is the case, of course, it comes in and it says SP1 Sport, South Africa. And the company name is Vektor, V-E-K-T-O-R, not V-E-C-T-O-R. So if you ever want to search out these guns, make sure you're spelling it right. Or sometimes you could spell it both ways if you want to do a search, because I've seen people actually sell these guns and they spell it incorrectly on the title. And you may find a really good bargain there. To get this case open, the first few times it was a little difficult to do, which is kind of funny, but you have to push these tabs in and then lift. That can be a little bit difficult. So what I was doing is I was sticking my thumb in the crack right here and then pressing one, getting that side open, and then pressing the other side to get it open. Finally, I learned you just sort of grab half the handle here, press in with your thumbs, and it pops open. So here is the Vektor SP1. I'll zoom in a little bit for you. And these are great pistols. The most notable differences and features between this and a Beretta 92 are it's got a full-length slide where the Beretta is cut out. The Vektor has an ambidextrous safety that's on the slide, on the frame, not the slide. And it has these really nice contoured one-piece grips that are held on by a single bolt right there. And to clean it, take them off, just unscrew that, and they just pull down and they come right off. It's really easy. If you ever find one of these Vektors and it only comes with one magazine, or for some reason maybe no magazines, don't worry about that at all. You can get Beretta 92 mags. They fit in. They function 100% flawless. They're perfect. The next gun we'll take a look at is the the Vektor 92 Sport. SP1 Sport. And this is the one that I compared the Beretta to the Beretta 92 Combat. And this one is a little bit different than the SP1 because it is it's kind of single action only. It's got a 3-port comp and the rear sight is different. It's got a really nice, well-designed rear sight that I really like. I wish Beretta had these on their 92s. So like I said, the pistol is kind of a single action only, but yet it isn't. And then let me explain that to you quickly. There's actually a screw in the frame that presses against the inside of the trigger, and that prevents it from resetting all the way into the double action mode. And if you want to, you can actually remove the screw and it will go back into the double action, so then you'll have a double action, single action pistol, which is a really neat feature. I wish Beretta would take that and put on their pistols. It's really neat. And if you can sort of see, it's kind of difficult, but it's right in there. You can sort of see the dots a little bit. That's where the screws are, and then the screw is, you can't, right there. There it is, pressing against the trigger. So it's a really neat feature that I really don't know why Beretta didn't do it, but I really like it. The next pistol we'll take a look at is the Vektor SP1 Target. And this gun is pretty much like the Sport. However, it has a 6-inch barrel and a straight trigger on it. It also retains the screw for single action only mode, obviously, because of the straight trigger, and it also has adjustable sights that the Sport does not. And oh, one other feature as well, the safety is larger. The ambidextrous safety is larger here, and it really is a neat gun. Because it is set up as a target pistol, there is no wiggle on the barrel to slide fit. It's very tight, and that's because there's a bushing, and I'll show that to you here. There's a little bushing there that presses against the slide, so it locks up really nice and tight. And then I got some snap caps in here, so I'll just go ahead and show you the trigger. So that's it for take up. And that was it. And then I'll show you that's the reset, and then you're already at the wall. And that's it. So it breaks very well. It's a very nice trigger on here. The final pistol I would like to show you is find it. This is an SP2 40 Smith & Wesson competition. And this is probably my favorite pistol of the Vektor series. And when I first came across it, I saw this blue and I thought, oh my god, how ugly is that? Who would ever do that to a gun? It's just the ugliest thing I've ever seen in my life. But now that I have it in my hands, I kind of like it. I don't know what happened, but it looks really cool now to me. The competition differences, there's a couple here. It has a really nice flared beaver tail that fits my hand great. It really fits nice. It went back to the regular sight here instead of having an adjustable sight. It has holes drilled for a red dot mount, but I've never seen a mount for this gun. The slide release is a little bit smaller than the sport model. The sport model comes out a little bit further, and this mag well here is not, I don't believe it's the factory mag well. The mag well that came with the gun was this small plastic piece here that would have gone on it right there, but somebody put this on, and seems to look pretty good and almost looks factory to the gun, so I kind of like it as well. Let's see here, the gun, I actually sat down and read the instructions, and they were supposed to send 14 round magazines with this pistol, but this one only has 11. It does have these aluminum base plates to it, which are kind of nice and help with loading it, but I am missing that. The safety also has a notable feature that has an extra piece of metal here for your thumb so if you get up on it like that, you won't be riding on the slide. The barrel is a little looser than here because there's no bushing, and overall it's a pretty neat gun. I want to show you the manual to this quickly because it's kind of interesting. It's nice that they dated it to February 1998 is when the gun came out. But what is interesting is they got rid of the screw for the trigger that I really like in here. And so there is a little bit more of a take up. You can't adjust that. And what they did is they put sort of like it says, I'll just read the instructions sheet. It says the trigger is no longer provided with adjustable screws. The excess play of the trigger is eliminated by means of a trigger block. That piece right there. One situated in the hole in the frame where the trigger bar is attached to the trigger. And I thought that was kind of interesting. That's how they prevented it from going into I assume a double action mode. And then they said, and this is how I figured out that I'm missing my 14 round mags to this gun. The trigger is replaced by, these are the differences between it and the sport model. They say the trigger is replaced by a straight sports trigger. The safety levers are replaced with bigger competition safety levers. The recoil rod shock absorber system replaces the original recoil rod. A screw-on magazine guide is provided for quicker, more precise magazine changes, which I assume that's what this was. Extended magazines which hold 14 rounds are supplied as standard. I didn't get those. Extended magazine release replaces the standard magazine release. And high profile sights replace the standard rear sights right there. And let's see, what else can I tell you about it? It's like I said, it's a really neat gun. It's very interesting. I haven't really seen these before, especially in 40 Smith & Wesson. The person that owned it previously obviously didn't shoot it because the barrel looks really great, and so do the magazines. I will show you the inside, the recoil spring that they mention. It's kind of funny. I thought this is it right here, and the only thing that I noticed that's different about it is there's a little piece of rubber right here, and it almost looks like one of those like stretchable rubber things, and that's the recoil buffering system, which doesn't seem like it would do very much. It's extremely soft, But that's what they did with that. Anyway, that's the Vektor SP1 series of pistols. I hope you liked the video. Please subscribe or like. And thanks for watching. I've sort of been a little slow on doing pistols, some videos lately, but I hope to catch up. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.